I knew this would happen eventually, I just hoped that it wouldn't be so soon. The moment I let my 500 comments take control of my Minecraft build and locked them into this cursed wheel, I knew it was only a matter of time. Every spin has been a gamble, and most of them have been survivable, but this time, the wheel didn't hesitate. It landed on this block, which is definitely one you wouldn't expect in a build. Out of everything on the wheel, this is definitely one of the few I would genuinely say are cursed. It's not command blocks or bedrocks, but this is the kind of block that makes you stop and rethink your choices in life before being placed in any build. There's no rerolls, no mercy. I build with whatever I'm given and try my best to incorporate it into a build. So let's see if I can actually turn this into something playable, or if the wheel wins its first victory. Stick around and subscribe now, because sooner or later, it's gonna land on something completely unbuildable, and you're gonna want to be there for that. Now, I apologize for my voice throughout this video and any of the shorts coming up. I have a horrible head cold and I'm trying to record a lot of audio before anything gets worse. Now, while this block is hard, and it was definitely something that set me back, it wasn't the first time I'd ever dealt with any of the nether red blocks. I'd built a red nether brick build previously in the 15 days leading up to this, and so that prepared me for this build. Now, I know some people might say I didn't use this block correctly in the build, and honestly, that's kind of the point. These blocks aren't meant to be the only thing holding the structure together. They're there to inspire the build, not limit it. For especially difficult blocks like water or fire, the approach becomes more abstract. They play a role in the build, not just the literal one-to-one way. They will inspire it, but they're not going to be necessarily the foundation for it. At the end of the day, the block is a creative prompt. It's there to guide the design and help create something visually interesting, not to box the build into a single idea or concept. That feels a little too clickbaity. Now, I'm really curious as to how you would have approached this build. Would you have lent into it literally, building something completely abstract, or used it more as a visual accent like I had instead of the main material? Everyone builds differently, and that's kind of the fun of these challenges. So let me know in the comments how you would have used this block, or what kind of build you think works best for it. Maybe you can also try and add it into your next build as well. I kept the details fairly simple for this build in the fantasy style before moving on to a basic terrain that would be present in a plains-like biome. I put the build up on a small cliff to give it a little bit of visual presence, but overall I kept the terraining very flat. Overall, I'm actually pretty happy with how this build turned out, especially considering what this wheel is capable of throwing at me. This block could have gone in a much worse direction, and I think it worked out surprisingly well once everything came together. That said, this wheel is still loaded with chaos, and I know my luck isn't gonna hold forever. If you enjoyed this build, leave a like. It really helps the series and the analytics. Let me know in the comments below how you would have used this block, and if you want to see what happens when the wheel finally gives me something completely unbuildable, make sure you're subscribed, because eventually it is going to win.